Welcome. So let's talk about dosha and food for your mood. If you're not familiar with dosha yet, to kind of reiterate, it is not dissimilar from the three body types of fitness, the ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. Except unlike the body types of fitness, it is more encompassing than just our body. Dosha is present in our bodies, but it also changes throughout our life cycle. It's present in time of day, it's present in season, and it's present in food, which is what we're here to talk about. So, for starters, for the base of your balance and your homeostasis, if you have not yet taken a dosha test, do me a favor and take a moment to hop onto your favorite search engine either now or after the video and just type in dosha test. You'll find a number of them available, mostly the same, modern language, more traditional language. They all get down to the nitty and gritty. Don't worry about the awkward bluntness of the questions and the results. Those are only for you. That being said, the three dosha, the vata, pitta, and kapha, we tend to have varying degrees of all three. And all three of them have different qualities about them that help us really to hone in our balance, and we'll kind of talk about them here. So without knowing anything further about Ayurveda and dosha, we're going to talk about these basics of the body types, doshas, and how we can take our intuitive sense and apply that to the food with what we're feeling and kind of work to find a balance. So I want to go back to some really, really old notes right now. In the very beginning of my practice, it was self-taught, but I was seeking all the knowledge I could get pretty early on. And when I came across dosha, I didn't quite understand what I was getting into yet, or how it was going to really show up as such an essential tool in my own balance and also my interactions out in the world. So to start very simply with the very beginning of my journey, some of my very first notes. So let's begin with vata. And vatas are our more petite framed body types. So the energy of vata, energy in action, transportation, movement. It's composed of ether and air. So just that right there makes us think that maybe if we're feeling a little vata energy out of control, maybe we feel unrooted, up in the wind. Think about how we can counter that later. Attributes are dry, rough, light, cold, subtle, mobile. Think about these qualities not just in terms of body, but also in food and in season. So something dry, rough, light, cold, maybe lettuce, arugula, something off the top of my head that seems like a vata food. Pitta energy, and these are medial builds, has the potential to build muscle fairly easily, smaller framed, not too tall, not too small, kind of in the middle there. Energy of transformation, conversion, digestion, the metabolic system, composed of fire and water. So let's think about that right there in terms of balance. If you're feeling a little too hot or a little too fiery, the pitta might be a little bit too much there. Or maybe if you're lacking a little fire, think about how we might invite that into our bodies through our diet and food. The qualities of pitta: oily, sharp, hot, light, moving, liquid, and acidic smell. So off the top of my head, a little pitta-inducing food, coffee, or spices, cayenne pepper, actual peppers, something that maybe just registers in your system as spicy because we all have a different palate. So moving to our final dosha, kapha. This is the third dosha. Kaphas are the bigger body build, sometimes can be heavier set, but kaphas are known for longevity and stamina once they get going. So the kapha energy is the energy of construction, lubrication, nourishment. It's composed of earth and water. And when we think about earth, we think of grounding, heaviness, rootedness. So in our bodies, that can feel like heaviness, not wanting to get up and go. Or maybe if you feel a little up in the wind and you need that rootedness, you can seek that through food. Heavy food. Think about what feels heavy when you eat it. Have you ever eaten a chicken fried steak covered in gravy and then you're done for the day? You just want to post up and take a nap? That's kapha food. So that's an extreme example. But again, things off the top of my head that just hit the food mark right there. So those are the three doshas. Those are some of the prime attributes. Now thinking about those in body, we've got our three body types. We have our fiery body type. We have our busy body type. We have our stamina but maybe lacking motivation body type. This can be present in seasons. So maybe in the summertime, all of us can be a bit hot. Maybe we're a bit spicy. Maybe you live where the heat is just egging you on and it's got you feeling a little testy. And so you want to counter that with vata food, something cold, crisp, light, dry, lettuce, fresh fruits, apples, oranges. Without knowing much about Ayurveda or dosha, I could think about what foods can I crave right now that can literally help me cool myself and hydrate myself. Maybe I just moved out of state and I'm feeling up in the wind and I'm lacking rooting and this lettuce isn't cutting it for me lately. I just really need to be connected to the earth and not so up in the wind. And so I'm gonna go like get a cheeseburger or something heavy and some French fries, or maybe I need like a nice grilled chicken dinner with a side of root vegetables, grounding vegetables, potatoes, or otherwise whatever, such and so forth. Maybe I am feeling heavy and I need to get that fire up and going. Maybe start with a cup of coffee, or maybe have an afternoon coffee, or maybe throw some peppers in your salad or some peppers on your sandwich. Again, thinking intuitively about what I can do to kind of counter that feeling that I have. And we are intuitive creatures. So without knowing about dosha and all these little aspects about everything, the seasons and the day encompass, I know what I'm feeling. I know when I'm feeling spicy. I know when I'm feeling maybe a little lazy. I know when I'm feeling way too antsy and spring cleaning and I need to stop with the projects and root myself. So thinking about what can I do for myself? There's so many things you can do, but food as a tool. What can I do with my food? What do I need to nourish myself on that deeper level right now? And so think about this. You can think about it in the winter, maybe it's different. You could think about it in the summer, maybe it's different. And when you take your dosha test, it's not just for right now in this moment. It's not just, boom, this is your balance. Note right now when you're taking it, how do you feel? Maybe you feel prime in your balance. Maybe your homeostasis is on point. Maybe you feel good. That's perfect. And then keep your markings and keep that as a reference, because sometimes we feel not so on our mark. Maybe we're feeling a little off. Maybe we don't know why we feel off. Maybe we feel a little grumpy, or maybe we're tired, or maybe we're stressed and we can't quite nail it down. But take these markings of your vata and your pitta and your kapha and use them as a reference, and then compare them for when you feel better, when you could feel better, and use them as a tool. And you can use this with food, you can use this with time of day, and when it comes for your physical practice, you can use this on the mat. Postures that help burn fire, postures that help root you, postures that help take you inward and burn the busy, or whatever it is that you need, because our balance does change. And our balance is influenced not just by whatever we have going on, we are sensitive to the time of day. Noon, you ever notice that little fire spike around noon? That's because it's pitta hour. Or maybe you woke up rested and you stayed in bed another hour, and that extra hour just sent you into a laze. That's because you went from the pitta hour or the vata hour back into the kapha hour of chilling and lazing. And so it's funny how things work that way, but these little things hold sway on our bodies. And the more you can know about where you are in your balance and be aware of the things around you teetering the balance, the more you can address what you need to maintain your homeostasis and your peace in this busy world with a lot of processed food. But I hope this became a helpful tool in achieving that place for yourself. Happy practicing. Namaste.